Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur and property investor, and in today's video we're going to be talking about 5 Martin Lewis approved ways to save money during the winter freeze. So Martin Lewis runs a website called moneysavingexpert.com, and he's well trusted within the UK to bring consumer tips on how to save money. And I've been sent this article and I thought, why not have a look through it and see what my opinion is of these tips. So if you like this sort of information, if you like this sort of content, talking about money, talking about finance, trying to become wealthy, then give this video a big like. And if you haven't already subscribed, why not consider subscribing? We've got our subscriber dividend portfolio where we give away money every single month to our subscribers so you guys can take part in our passive income journey together. And we pay that out around a 10th of every month, so there's no reason not to subscribe. So do that. Click the bell notification and let's get into the video and talk about these money saving tips. So number 1 on Martin Lewis's tips are turn the radiators on only when necessary. Okay. That's, yeah, I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, let's not burn energy that we don't need. But I know that's not going to save a lot of money. I think that's going to save pounds a month, like maybe 1 or 2. If your energy bill is on an average, I think the cap at the moment is something like £2,500. If you said half of that's for heating, half of that's for all the other things like cooking, for hot water, all that other energy stuff, if you said half was for heating, I mean, turning a few radiators off isn't actually going to save you that much. If you said a tenner a month, I think you're being generous. If you're turning a quarter of the radiators off, maybe you can get that down a little bit more. But I don't think that's massively going to change things for people, in my opinion. So for me, that one, okay, obvious. If you're not using a room, if you're not using a bedroom, why not turn the radiators off or down? Makes sense. But I don't think it's going to save a huge amount of money. Number 2 was to boost your state pension. Now, I'm a little bit young, I guess, at 40 years old, to be too worried about my pension. That doesn't mean I don't have one, doesn't mean I don't pay into things. I do use a SIP, I do understand the tax benefits of these sort of things. But he's saying here that to look after your state pension, you can basically top it up by spending money today and then have it when you're older. Okay, to get a full state pension, you're going to require 35 years when you retire of paying into the pot. I don't trust the government, if I'm honest. I just don't trust them that when I get to, what is it at the moment, 67, that the state pension's going to have the same rules. I believe that's going to change. And I don't want to put my future in the government's hands, if I'm completely honest. So I'm the sort of person that takes complete responsibility for my own financial future. I invest today to make sure that I have a brighter future. I use SIPs for my own pension. I would also use ISAs, LISAs. There's lots of things that you can look after yourself without having to rely on the government to give you a inflation busting pay rise. I don't trust them. I want to make my own decisions when it comes to my money. So for me, again, for other people maybe this is an all right idea, but for me, I'm not really going to give the government more money in order that they might give me more money in the future, because that's a definite giveaway and a maybe I'll get it back later. Doesn't seem that good to me. Ration your, I'm being a bit negative here, aren't I, Tom?
Just a tad.
I didn't mean to be. I wanted this to be really positive. Ration your energy usage. Okay, well, let's get onto this. This looks interesting. So, power rationing has been seen in the form of today. It would look a bit different. Switching off lights at home and putting your radiators on a timer will lower your costs. I mean, yeah, but not much. I mean, you should, obviously. If you're leaving a room, if you're going to be going somewhere else, obviously turn the lights off. Why not? But at the same time, leaving the hot water running, I mean, who does that? Just turn the hot water tap on and leave it running. Not something I know many people do, but who knows? It's a good tip. It is a good tip. You should not turn your hot water tap on and just leave it running. I agree completely. But already, as I said, I feel like I'm being a bit negative, but I think that's because I'm used to talking to people who want to make an extra £1,000 a month, an extra £5,000 a month, an extra £10,000 a month, who want their first £100 in passive income, £500 in passive income. You know, the sort of money that makes a difference. A lot of this stuff that I'm reading through here, you know, even watch the weather and wash your clothes carefully. A dryer cycle costs 38p. It's just not going to make that much difference to people. 38p is not a lot of money. You are better off, in my opinion, focusing your efforts on making more. And let me give you a few tips right now, right? Like even my YouTube channel, just the advertising revenue I get from this, running a small YouTube channel, and this started with an iPhone, and I was getting advertised revenue as soon as I got 1,000 subscribers, filming by myself with an iPhone. That would produce more than most of these all added up together. I think I was getting about £50 to £100 a month. So that would be more than the saving of all the drying, turning the lights off, and all the other stuff, right? And at the same time, you're working on your future. There's mini businesses you could start from home. There's part-time jobs you could have. There's overtime. There's lots of things that you can do to start your journey off. And I'm a big believer in the Jim Rohn saying, right? Work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. And I think that's key, right, guys? It's the way to be inspired. It inspires me. It's the thing that makes me work harder than anyone else I know. That I can work full-time on today and I can work the rest of that time on the future. I don't know who said it, but learn to use your weekends creating the life that you want rather than escaping the life you have. Again, a great saying, right? I love it. It's all about using that extra time in order to make more money and therefore being able to invest that money for your future. Now, I feel like I've kind of pooed all over. Can I say poo? No? I feel like I've been a bit negative towards these tips from Martin Lewis, and look, I understand all of these things are going to help, but if you add them all up, maybe there's 50 quid a month there. You could earn more in a minimum wage job in 5 hours than that. And most people who watch this channel, most people who I speak to, are far more capable than minimum wage, and that is it. Minimum wage is there for a reason, right? It's the bottom rung of the ladder. There is a ladder to climb. Don't get on the ladder and forget to climb. You should be able to work your way up and start to become more valuable to the marketplace. In my opinion, save as much money as you can. Absolutely. I'm a big believer in that. And the big things I would point to, and I was hoping he would as well, PCP agreements on cars. You know, that's a big expense for a lot of people. If you've got a 30 grand a year job and you're buying a 30 grand car and putting it on finance, that is an entire year's salary if you weren't taxed, which you are, gone straight on that car. That's a huge amount. You can't afford a 30 grand car if you're on a 30 grand salary, in my opinion. Take the same amount of money, invest it, start to get passive income, property, index funds, I don't mind. Anything that's got this kind of regular passive income element to it, do that. Get the money coming in, and after that, you're going to be able to live that sort of lifestyle where those cars on finance just don't matter to you. I've got that passive income coming through two ways: my ISA with index funds and my properties within a business and also my personal name in the form of rents. It pays for my lifestyle. So guys, I don't have anything negative to say about Martin Lewis at all. I just think on this channel, you guys are expecting a little bit more from your life than saving 30, 40, 50 quid a month. So let's go out there, let's do more, let's be more, become more valuable, and invest that difference into passive income. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. That's my message to you. Martin, thank you for your tips. And guys, I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.